a chair, roll in and stay.
With no seatbelt, and
We got a couple honest things to say. Every story's got its sideways turns. Every scar a page where somebody learned.
Doing this, I do this all the time. I do this in public. And my
Welcome
friends are like,
to
"What are you doing, man?"
Wheelchair Wednesday. Take the weight off, stay a while. We'll talk about the hard days. We'll laugh about the why. Every week. Has a story to tell today. Welcome to Wheelchair Wednesday.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Wheelchair Wednesday. I'm your host, Wheelchair Rick. Today we got a special friend coming to us all the way from the great state of Tennessee. But before we get to her, let's go ahead and roll the intro. Welcome to Wheelchair Wednesday. All right, y'all, let's welcome Charli Lillian to the show. What's going on, girl? How you doing?
Hey.
Thanks for coming on. I know it was kind of a quick kind of put you on there thing, and got you on there. You were quick to do it. Now, a lot of people might not know who Charli is. You got a lot of boost here lately. No pun intended for the words for your pictures that you took of you at the gym.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to get into that and a whole lot more. First of all, though, why don't you go ahead? We'll start out with introduce yourself and tell people the big question, the number one question, how it happened. Go ahead.
Oh man. Okay, so I'm Charli. I used to work a lot with exotic animals, and I don't know. I've had a very interesting history with just all the things that I did before, and now I guess my videos are more well known for working out and just the different things that you can do, different adaptive devices that everybody can use, and how it happened. I was hit by a drunk driver. I was on my way home. I had just stopped at a gas station. It was roughly 1 o'clock at night. And so I just stopped at the gas station, picked up a phone charger, thank goodness, because my phone was almost dead. And so I picked up a phone charger and hit the road again, and probably no less than 5 minutes later, I don't remember the accident itself, but I do remember right after that, I woke up, or I guess I came to, and I was on my back, and there was like a man that was over top of me, and I was just staring at this man, and he had like a blue sheet that was over him, and I was so confused because I was like, what is going on? And like I didn't say anything. I just looked at him and was like, I felt so exhausted. And so my first thoughts running through my head, I was like, oh my God, did I fall asleep? I mean, it's late at night. It was raining just a little bit. I was like, oh my gosh, did I fall asleep? Is this even real? Like, am I awake right now?
Right.
And so I just looked at this man and I said, what happened to me? And he was like, you were in an accident. And so the first thought that ran through my head was, oh my gosh, did I hurt somebody? Did I do this? Again, I thought, did I fall asleep? Like, what happened? And so I asked him again, I said, but what happened to me? And he said, somebody hit you. You were in a really bad accident. Somebody hit you. And in that moment, it was kind of like a sigh of relief. I know that's like super weird to say, but it was this weird sigh of relief. I was like, okay, I did not cause this. I didn't hurt somebody.
Right. Right. That makes sense, though.
And then, right. And so then immediately after that, I asked him one more time, the same question, but I said, but what happened to me? And in that moment, I kind of reached up towards him. I don't know why. Oh, I'm really hoping my phone isn't glitching out.
You're coming in good. I can hear you. You're good.
Okay, good, because it's a little slower on my end. If for some reason we cut out, then, we'll have to reconnect. But anyways, so I asked him one last time. I said, well, but what happened to me? And I reached up towards him and he said, don't do that. You're really badly injured. And so I kind of put my arms back down. I think it was this arm. This arm was really, really hurt. So I just kind of put my arms back down, and I could hear the sirens, and I could see kind of the blue, or I could see the lights on the outside, beyond the tarp. And I just told him, or I didn't tell him anything. I just kind of relaxed, and I could hear the paramedics on the outside saying, we're going to have to cut her out. I could hear the glass and the crunching. And I just kind of relaxed. And in my mind, I was just like, it's okay. It's going to be okay. The paramedics are already here. It's going to be fine. At that point, I didn't have any like fear, it was just like, okay, whatever. I do remember them sliding me, like putting me on the backboard and trying to slide me out of the vehicle. It's a really foggy memory there. I do vaguely remember them putting me into the ambulance. I don't remember like the visuals. I just remember hearing them asking me questions, what's your name, what's your birthday, like going through the typical things. I do remember asking if they had called my mom, and they said that she was aware and on her way. And my phone, I didn't know this, but my phone had sent out an SOS. So I have an iPhone, and I have my SOS contacts set up, and those SOS contacts were able to receive a notification saying this vehicle had been detected in a crash. And so those contacts received that message, and it was like a list of, my mom, stepdad, my brother, and some of my best friends. Anyways, so they received that notification at 1:00 in the morning. My brother was the one who got the notification first. My mom was asleep, but my brother called and woke her up. And my boyfriend at the time received the notification. He and I had actually just recently parted ways because we were headed home from Oklahoma. We were doing business out in Oklahoma, and we would meet kind of in the middle of wherever our route was, because he was up in Michigan and I was in Tennessee. So we would meet somewhere along that route so that I could just ride with him. So he had dropped me off at my vehicle just a couple hours prior. And so he was still on the road up to Michigan. And I just entered Tennessee. I was in Clarksville. And so he got that notification, and then a couple of my other friends got it. And of course, everybody was losing it. Yeah, so that's what happened.
Right. Well, hey, at least it worked out for you. You know what I mean? As far as you're still, any day above ground's a good day, is what my old grandpappy used to say.
That is true. It gave me a whole new appreciation for life, and just all the little things. And that's something that I talk about a lot in my posts. It's like being able to receive a hug, and we can talk about more about that.
I've seen
in a
that.
little bit.
Yep.
But being able to, I was able to trial run a wheelchair that stood me up, and it was the first time in 2.5 years that I was able to stand up and receive a hug from somebody while standing. So.
It's so weird. That's one thing that you don't take into consideration, is like an actual full embrace, double armed, get all into it type of hug. The one that used to,
Yes.
make you feel good. And, like I used to, we used to be a strong guy, so I'd like give strong hugs. Can't do that when you're from the side like this. It's so awkward and weird, and it's not good for you or the person that's giving it. It's kind of awkward. But yeah, no, you're right though. It is just to do that, just to stand is one thing, but to stand and have or receive or give a hug is totally different.
Yeah, I have to. I have two different chairs, and this one is the power chair. So I've got like the little handle thing on this side, and anytime anybody comes up to give me a hug, I have to very quickly like turn it off.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
yeah,
because
yeah.
you know, because when they lean in to hug you,
It's going.
then yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna run over your toes. Like,
Yeah.
be careful. I'm always like guarding it. I'm like, careful. I have
That's
nearly
funny.
run over so many people, and I definitely have squished some toes.
I've just started getting used to this. I mean, me being a guy, I probably don't get as many hugs as you do, obviously, but I noticed that especially the women with like the older women with just the big bosoms that come in and they just, you know what I mean, they hog it all up.
Smash.
You gotta hurry up and slap that power button before they take off, and they'll not only
Or
take
like
you out,
anybody,
but they'll hold
the
on and they'll take out the
bellies.
whole bar or wherever you're at. Yeah, it's crazy.
Mhm.
Tomasa said, I would definitely cry. LOL. Welcome, everybody, all of our live viewers. Christina, Tomasa, good to see you guys. If you guys have any questions as we're going live as it pertains to the subject, feel free to ask. That's why we do a live show. And then we'll see what Charlie says. Now,
Yes.
moving on to my next question. How long was that? Was your
It
accident?
was October 29th of 23. So I'm right at 2.5 years. But
Okay.
are you, hold on 1 second. Are
No,
you
you're good.
headed out? I need a phone charger. I'm at 20%. And I don't know.
You better
where
plug it
to-
into your power chair.
I wish that was a thing, but it is not. Yes.
Oh, you don't
Yeah,
have a
like
USB, huh?
No, I have some on the other chair, or like I've got a couple like just Amazon purchase chairs, and there's on one of those there is a plug-in, but you know you would think the gigantic mumbo jumbo chair would actually.
I
come with
actually,
that.
my accident was October 26, 2019. And when I
Okay.
got a Promobile F3,
Yeah.
I think, for my first one, and they put that on there specifically. It was like, you want you want a phone charger? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, we'll put that on there for you. Yeah, I was like, they do that? I was like, that's amazing.
Wow. I have the guys are, you know, we're pushing for that standing chair right now,
Oh yeah.
and if that goes through, you best bet I'm about to ask, because I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
know that was a thing.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, how does my cheap Amazon eBay chair have this, and the monster chair does not? Like, how did you
Mhm.
guys not think about that?
You would think it'd be a no-brainer.
There's a lot of things that you would think would be a no-brainer,
Oh,
but they're not.
Tomasa says, I have this amazing young woman on my Snapchat. She's freaking amazing. Tomasa
What?
likes you. Yeah, Tomasa's a OG of the channel. Yep,
That is
that's high
awesome.
praise.
What is up?
Yep. All right. Well, while we're waiting for your phone charger, what's your biggest pet peeve about being in the chair?
Honestly, it's just the fact that I could say a couple things. I don't like the fact that I can't get down to the ground. Like I
Mhm.
have to choose. Like if I want to buy another chair to do something, I have to choose. Do I want to have the function to stand? Do I want to have the function that goes all the way to the ground? Which I've only found, this is crazy to me. There's only one company that I have found that is making chairs that go all the way to the ground and then continue to move. Like you can get like the chairs that will like, you know, they can get you down to the ground, or they can, you know, like they can lower you into a bathtub or whatever, but they don't move.
Now, when you
Anyways,
say get you down to
so-
the ground, what exactly are you saying? Like down to the ground
Like-
is?
Like I want my chair to be down at ground level so that I can touch grass. I can
Yeah.
I can pet my dog. I can't play like my ex owned a zoo. And so when I was at the zoo, I couldn't get down on the ground and play with the baby animals. Like we had baby tigers, and
You got to
we
bend
had,
over everything. Yeah.
I mean, that's, I actually made a video earlier today where I was trying to pick something up off the floor. Like I dropped it, and my friend and I, she's my caregiver, but she might as well we're just friends. So we were at a bookstore, and I dropped a book, and I was like, okay, let's record this moment so that people can have an understanding of like I can't, in this chair, I can't reach the ground. Like, there's no way. My arms are like this much too short to reach the ground.
Right. Right.
Like, what is that? So,
Yeah,
anyways,
that's one thing I never thought about was like, you know, everybody talks about chairs to reach and pick you up and to grab stuff high, but nobody talks about going lower. And me, I'm tall enough to where I could probably put my chair all the way down and maybe take my shoes off and my feet would be in the ground, but I can't get down there and like plant stuff or do whatever, you know what I mean?
exactly. And it's like, I love gardening. So I have raised garden beds and, you know, all that, but it's like, we're going to have to move the camera just a little
No,
bit.
go
So
ahead. Yeah, you're good.
we're bebopping over here.
Bebopping and
That was not,
she-shock
that was
moving.
not much. That was not much of a move. So we're
Making
good.
movements. Yeah.
Anything else? Is that good right there?
Saved the phone. Yes, that is fantastic.
Make sure you plug the pool back in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Nice. We're gonna give them one of these. We're gonna go. And then we're gonna give them a round of applause. Plugging you in.
They gave you a round of applause. That's great.
But yeah, no. So, I mean, obviously, it seems like you got a pretty good core around you that's helping you do things, go to the gym, and all that fun
Right.
stuff. We're gonna get to the hobbies in a minute. That's question number 10. So that's gonna be what we're gonna talk about when we get to that. Now, question number 3 I got for you is, what is your biggest fear about being in the chair?
Biggest fear. Oh man, that's hard. That one makes me cry. So my biggest fear is to be, I know that everybody says, oh, you're not a burden, you're not this or that, but I can see the inconvenience that I cause on the people around me. And that is the biggest fear that I have. Is I was always incredibly independent. Like I bought my own farm. I bought all of my stuff. So I had my own farm. I did buy 30 acres at one point, but then I sold it. I had my own vehicle. I had a car and I had a truck, and all of it was paid off 100%. Like my land, my car, my everything was all paid off. I never asked anybody for anything. I had all my animals that I took care of. All the things. Like I would never ask anybody for something if I couldn't do it. If I could do it myself, then I just didn't ask.
Right.
And so when I got in the accident, I went from being wildly independent to completely dependent on everybody for everything.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to flip that switch.
It is. So it's just like going from one to the other. I mean, literally, like when I was first injured, I mean, I couldn't do anything by myself. There was one point where I actually had not the trach, the tube in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Intubated. I was intubated at one point. And at that point, I couldn't even communicate with other people, and so this is always one of my absolute favorite stories to tell. I was freshly intubated, and I, came into consciousness, and I was attempting to communicate with, my mom was there, and I think my stepdad was there. And so, oh, hi, buddy. One of my little poodles is here. Hi, Bubba's.
Nice.
What you doing? My stepdad just showed up with his doggies. Anyways, so, my mom goes, my mom was looking at me, and at this point, I had my hands tied down because, I was, hi, buddy. Oh, I know you can't see him, but my one of the other poodles just showed up with a little thing in his mouth. He brings gifts, and then he cries until you acknowledge him. So,
nice.
anyways.
That's great.
Gotta
love dogs.
Show the camera? You want to show the camera Taz and Noodle, or just one of them?
Me?
Yeah, just
Hold them up.
He said,
Yeah,
what?
just-
Wait, me?
no, me. But
This is Noodle.
this is Noodle the poodle, and this is my stepdad.
Oh.
He was there
What's up?
whenever everything happened. Hi,
Nice.
buddy.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you,
Good to
Noodle.
meet you.
This is Noodle the Poodle.
Where's Taz? Come on, Taz. They're trying to escape.
Yep.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, you as well. Yeah, here at Wheelchair Wednesday, we always got time for the animals.
Oh yeah. Oh
Bring
yeah.
on a couple
I'm
animals.
still
We
working
ain't
on
gonna
my
say no.
mom. I lost, all of my animals. That's a whole different story. But when I moved home, I was in Michigan, at the zoo with my boyfriend, and when I moved home, I was not allowed to keep any of them here. We're in a neighborhood here, and so,
Yeah.
it wasn't a thing. And all of my dogs, I've got dogs of mine placed with friends right now, and it's my goal to eventually get back out to my farm and have my animals again. But while I'm here, Mom is like, absolutely not. No, no dogs, no extra animals. Like I can have my fish, but
Yeah, fish usually aren't much of a nuisance.
no. But anyway, so I was telling you, so I had my hands were in these like big Q-tip things and strapped to the bed, and of course I had a tube down my throat. I couldn't talk, and my mom is looking at me and looking at my stepdad, and she says, I guess we're just gonna have to learn sign language.
Oh my god.
And I looked at her and I was like, and I kind of raised up my hands on the bed. I was like, what?
Like, I can hear you, right? Like,
Yeah, I was like,
right.
I mean, of course I couldn't speak, but I was just like, what are you talking about?
Mhm.
Anyway, so that's probably one of my favorite terrible memories.
That's funny.
But
And that kind of.
love-
I was gonna say that reminds me of the fact when I was in there, like one of my because you never think you're gonna be able to do a whole lot, like when you're first in there. And I remember being like, telling my fiance, I can't, all I want to do is just sit on the porch and we can watch cars go by. That's fine. And she said, "Fool, we're gonna be doing a lot more than that. You better buck up, buddy." I was like,
Aw.
I don't know. But yeah, now we do a lot more.
I wish more than anything that I could just sit up without having back support. But with this injury, I mean, I've got function to about here. So I can, go backwards and forwards, but actually being able to sit myself up without support, not a thing. Plus, I have the worst spasms ever. So
Oh no, that sucks.
I'm on so much medication, and we do all kinds of supplements, and it's and I of course go to the gym and stretch and all the tricks and remedies. And
Right. What's up, Brandon? Thanks for that like, buddy.
but yeah, it's not great, but we're working towards different solutions. I do have an appointment with Shepherd Center to potentially get some research done on the spasms. So hopefully we'll get that done. But anyways,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
I
so
hope
you
they
asked-
figure that out because they always look for, I take baclofen for spasms, and I take 10
Yep.
milligrams 3 times a day, and it seems to
Mhm.
help. I don't really have a lot of spasms like that, though. Not like other people
God, I
I've interviewed and
wish.
talked to, you know what I mean? So I know they get bad, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I feel so
I
bad
take-
about that because, like, I can't do nothing to help, but I wish I could give you some advice, like, I don't know.
I take 20 milligrams in the morning, 10 in the afternoon, and 20 in the evening. But I also take tizanidine. And God, I mean, I'm on a massive amount of things. I'm on different muscle relaxers and nerve pain things, and we're trying so hard to come off of them and go on to like more natural supplements that can, also take the pain or whatever without being on like gabapentin, because I don't know if everybody knows, but gabapentin is really not good for you.
Yeah, it's not.
so-
I've been taking it since my accident, and to be honest with you, like I've kind of been trying to keep track of like my memory and stuff, and so far I
Yeah.
think I'm doing all right. Like I don't see anything that's really super crazy yet, but like
Yeah.
at the same time, I've talked to other people that have been on gabapentin for 20 years, and everybody around them is like, I haven't seen a difference. You know what I mean? So like
Right.
some people it hits different maybe. Some people their neurological or their their brain waves or whatever may react different to it. But
Right.
it's definitely just like I think the alternative is what, Lyrica? And I've heard horror stories about Lyrica as well.
I'm also on Cymbalta. So Cymbalta is a mood stabilizer, but what it does for me is it helps with nerve pain. I don't have a lot of nerve pain, But when everything starts wearing off, I get a lot of like numb tinglies in my hand. And one of my feet, my right foot, was broken in the accident. And I guess whenever they reset it, it didn't really set, I guess. And so, like, I mean, it looks normal, but it tingles like a hot numb whenever things start to kind of wear off. I
Yeah.
start to get like a hot numbness. And so if it is just like barely like cocked over on the foot plate, or if it starts to like hang off the foot plate or whatever, it starts to get like a hot numbness.
Mm-hmm.
And it's terrible. But
See, and the
so,
things about
yeah.
like that is spinal cord injuries are still so new to the world of medicine. If you go to a doctor and say, "What do I do about this?" they ain't gonna know nothing. They ain't gonna give you an
No.
answer.
But I tell you what is great, ChatGPT or like your AI bot. Oh my God. I have learned more about my injury and supplements and all the things from ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever
Right.
AI bots than I have from my doctors. Now, I mean, I've had some great doctors, and they've gotten me really far sometimes. But a lot of times, like, I'll take things to my doctor, like if I've got something that's not working, a medicine that's not working right, or I feel like I need to switch it up. I'll go to them and say, hey, what do you think about this? And they're like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. I'm like, why? Like, why am I the one that's doing the research?
Right. How come you went to school for all these years and paid all that money for the degree, and I gotta pay you a bunch of money when I'm coming up with the dang ways how to heal me? It doesn't make sense.
I'm sorry if it's a little loud. My neighbor's pulling in.
Oh, I hear that. No, I hear somebody out there. They're doing it's that time of year. They're doing the yard work. They're cleaning up the brush. They're getting lawns back
Right,
manicured, cut again. But yeah, I mean, hey, you know what? That's just the type of stuff you deal with when you're doing a live interview here on Wheelchair Wednesday. No big deal.
Good.
Now let me ask you this. We briefly went over this, dating/married. A lot of people are wondering, you know, when they get into an accident and they get into a situation like a spinal cord injury, how am I going to, you know, find somebody? Or how do I maintain my relationship or whatever? You know what I mean? What was your situation and what's your story with that?
So dating is possible, and it's different. I was with somebody, but now back into the dating world. I was terrified. I was like, how am I about to do this? Like, I live with my mom. Like, how am I supposed to be a 34-year-old person living with my mom, trying to date somebody, and I can't drive? Like, I have a vehicle that I should be able to drive eventually,
Right.
but I can't do it yet. I can't transfer myself. I've got really bad spasms. Anyways, but backing up, so when I was first injured, I was in a relationship, and that person was right there by my side. He was right there. He promised me the world. He went off and collected all these donations from people that we knew.
Wow.
We had a huge group of friends. We were very, very well known in the animal business. And so he went to our friends and collected roughly $70,000 from them. And he came to me while I was still in rehab. And he came to me and he was like, hey, I think that we should put this in an account. We'll put it in an account for you up in Michigan. But, I'm just going to hang on to it because you plan on moving up there anyways. And so I'm going to hang on to it. I'll put it in this account, and, you'll have access to it so that you can access the funds once you're up here.
Yeah, that's a little fishy right there. Somebody said, I'll take care of it. I'll hang on. Well, if they're for me, why can't I hang on to it if I know what's best for me?
So my mom was like, no. Like, I can put it in an account, like, let me handle the money. I've got this, and my mom has never done me wrong, ever.
Right.
But at this moment, like I said, I was just out of the hospital. I was in rehab. My medication was all over the place. I'm still having bad spasms. I was dealing with um, UTIs that were going septic, which
Oh, that's a
my
horrible. Yeah,
that,
that's a whole
that the
nother. That's a
UTI
whole nother story right there.
that's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
And I got that fixed. I got the suprapubic tube, which if people don't know what that is, it's ask your doctor. It's like they punch a hole in right below your belly button into your bladder, and you have a tube that just drains out all the time. No more self-cathing. No more
Yeah, for a
crazy
woman,
UTIs.
I can imagine how hard that is. For a man, it's not so hard, especially if you're complete and you can't feel it down there. But for a
Oh, yeah.
woman, especially if you're incomplete, I can't even imagine.
Horrible. And with my hands, like, you think
Oh
I'm
yeah,
self-cathing?
your dexterity. Yep, you can't do it yourself.
So I gotta-
Yep.
I've got to have somebody else in my bits every 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah, I would do it. If I was in your position, I don't blame you. I'd do the same damn thing.
Oh yeah, and trying to get like down there with my legs. My legs, if you touch, right now they're being very good, but like normally if you touch my legs, they just
Start
clench together.
bouncing. Oh shit.
And, no, they clench. They and you cannot open them. We call them the bear trap or the clam jam.
Watch out for the clam jam. That's funny.
Yeah. Well, like normally if people put their hands between my legs, then they would just like crunch. Anyways, so yeah, the clam jam was it was just not.
That's funny. Hold on,
Not
let me give you
ideal.
one of these. Okay, there you go.
Yes. So it was just not 100% not ideal. I kept getting UTIs. I had one it was my discharge date from Shepherd Center, or right there at it, and I was sick. I was shivering, like tremors really bad. Could not get warm. I kept
Oh
telling
yeah, that's the worst part
doctors,
about the UTIs. Yeah.
it was so bad. I kept telling them, I was like, something's wrong. I don't feel good. I've got the tremors. I can't get warm, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, it's normal. It's normal. This is not normal. But
No, not normal.
so it got so bad that I was sitting in bed just shivering. And my mom took my temperature, and I've got like blankets all over me. I've got heat pads, which you're not supposed to use, but whatever. I can feel. I have a
Right.
lot of feeling. But anyways, so I had heat pads, and I had this thing. I call it the hot beans. It's like the rice that you warm up in the microwave, and then you put it on your body. So I had blankets and my hot beans and heat pads and all the things, and I could not get warm.
Yeah, it
And
don't
so my
matter what
mom
you do.
No, my mom took my temperature. I was 104.5 or something. Insane.
But you're freezing.
And I was freezing.
Mhm.
And so she comes over there and starts putting like cold rags on me. I am bawling.
Oh my
Absolutely
god.
bawling. I was like, please stop doing that. Please stop. And she's like, I have got to cool you down. I have to. And she was like, we're going to the emergency room. Like, we're done. Let's go. So she, and mind you, my mom is 63 now. She was obviously she's 61.
Heaven
And
bless her.
so, do what?
No, I said heaven bless that woman.
Yes. So, she was there with me day in and day out. She only got like, I don't know, not even a week of rest. But, we had a couple family members that would come and go. My sister showed up at some point and helped give some relief. Anyways, so at this moment, it is my 60-year-old mother and my sister, who at the time was 23, and she's small, like my size, itty bitty, and they had to. And at this time, I don't slide board. I don't even know. Like, my whole body was floppy and a mess, and I'm weak. My arms were tiny. Like, I am tiny. I was tiny, and so we have to get out the Hoyer and lift me up in the Hoyer, and then put me in a chair, and then go from the chair to the car that was parked outside, because calling an ambulance at this point really wasn't like an option. Like, it wasn't a thing.
Right.
And the hospital itself was like around the corner from us, so not far, but still, like, we had to load me up in the van or in the truck, and then take the Hoyer that we had, put the Hoyer that we had actually folded up, which was convenient. So we put the Hoyer in the back of the truck. That thing is like 80 pounds.
Oh yeah, those are heavy.
Yeah. So my mom is lifting this 80-pound Hoyer
Oh.
into the bed of the truck. And then from there, we don't take my chair because lift this bad boy into a truck. So we go over to the hospital. They have the hospital wheelchair, which is not fit for this body at this point. And so we get the Hoyer out again, lift me up, put me in the hospital thing, wheel me in, and they're like, you know, how are we supposed to transfer you?
Bitch, your
Excuse me?
hospital. Sorry about my language, but I'm just like, yeah, dude, come on, man.
Not just that, they're not just a hospital. The premier spinal cord injury place is literally connected to them. Like
Wow.
Shepherd Center, they have a hallway that goes from
And they got
Shepherd Center.
a good reputation for that there, don't
Shepherd Center is amazing.
Right.
Shepherd Center is incredible. But once you're in their outpatient rehab, you don't go, if you get sick or injured or whatever, you don't go back to Shepherd Center for inpatient treatment.
they? Mm-hmm.
You go to Emory. It wasn't Emory.
It's like the hospital
Piedmont.
connected to it or whatever. It's not exactly the same
I
thing.
think it's Piedmont, if I'm correct. I think it's Piedmont. Anyways, you go to that hospital, and they're supposed to treat you. How is their staff, and this goes for any hospital, how is your staff not equipped or knowledgeable on how to move us?
Right.
They're like, can you stand at all?
Oh my God. I've had that before.
had to
Yeah, that's
stand.
horrible.
Like,
Do you think I'd be in this
excuse me?
chair right now? Right.
Yeah, like, no. So,
Well, some
and
people
that
can.
goes for-
That's my fault. Some people can
Yes,
get up
yes,
and do that, but
there's
like, yeah.
definitely- there are those people. But my point is, you are a premier hospital
Right.
attached to Shepherd Center. Why is your staff not trained? Why are you not equipped with slide boards or Hoyer lifts?
Or yeah,
move
proper
me.
equipment. Period.
Like, you've got to be kidding me. Anyways, so that was a whole song and dance, and that doesn't just go for Piedmont. That is, I have run into that problem at so many places, like just regular doctor's offices, the emergency rooms here. Luckily, the one here in Nashville is generally equipped, not always. But any dentist office, just you name it.
Man, that's kind of why I don't want to move where I'm at, is because I've gotten so used to the people around me that like the stuff around me that I know that I can get to and everything is comfortable. And because I'm in Michigan, like I'm right by Jackson, Michigan, so it's easy for me
Yep.
to deal with their stuff and be right by them. But yeah,
Right.
I can understand, like, even, man, it's so crazy. That's the importance of finding some place and somebody, even a local med center that can take you if you're sick or can look at you to do this or that to make sure you can get in and out.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It is crazy. I
That
mean,
is
just the
nuts.
amount, because I mean, the amount of people that are in wheelchairs, not just paralyzed, but simply the amount of people that are in wheelchairs that need assistance moving
Yeah.
is insane. It is insane. And so, but whatever, you know, and in all reality, most of the population ages to a point where they also need assistance in wheelchairs.
Eventually.
Like they can't get up.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, that brings me into a whole different thing. Like, why
Well,
are
see, in the
houses-
way that you're doing it, I gotta appreciate, because like you're starting. I just seen you recently, but you've been popping up on everybody's stuff. Apparently, you just boomed overnight. I don't know, or something. But
Yeah.
not only
well,
are you into adaptive fitness, but you're talking about all the kinds of accessibility stuff that people should be opening their eyes. Like we're talking about now. You know what I mean?
There's a lot, and I have a whole laundry list of things that need to be advocated for. I mean, we've got people that know how to do robotics work. I've been, you know, in touch with some friends that do robotics works
Right.
to make different chairs, people that have 3D printing abilities, that know how to 3D print things to help us grab things off the floor that aren't there's that one grabber that's like $300,
Hey.
$400.
Hey, I love
Hey.
the grabbers. I got these. This is my assault
Yes,
grabber.
okay. But see there, I can't use that.
Right, because the dexterity thing again comes into play.
Can't use it. So it's like, where's the stuff for me? Like, where's the thing, like a cuff that I can slip on
Right.
and then, you know, put it down and then, you know, have like a lever or something that helps pull it. and then it locks once it's pulled. And then from there, I can bring it up and then, reel it in, like telescopic, reel it in. Where's something like that? That's so easy.
Right. And it'd be good. That's why it's good for people like you to work with companies like that, robotics companies, stuff like that. Anything to help people out. I got a buddy of mine who's looking into doing a, just something that I can use for a holster, for a weapon, for a gun. That's hard for us to put on our wheelchairs. You know what I mean? Just something simple like that.
Trying to find cup holders for my chair, either this one or my manual chair.
What kind of chair do you have?
This is the Permobile, but it's this one lifts up and down and reclines, and
it's like an F3.
It's got the footrest that comes up. I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Yeah, I have the same one.
I
have the exact same one. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. It does everything except for stand you up.
Or get you to the ground, or like my off-roading capabilities are subpar.
Yeah, you don't
Also
want to go off-road.
Extremely heavy, and my capability to go in the shower, like I can't shower in this thing.
Nope, don't want to put it in the shower. It'll die. Yeah.
Nope. And then going up and down stairs.
Yep, can't do
Can't do that.
Nope.
So, like I said previously, you can have one chair that does some things, but then you got to spend how many thousands of dollars? This chair was covered by insurance, but I saw the bill. The bill for this chair, $98,000.
What? Wait, somebody raked you over the coals, girl, and I'm not even lying. That is ridiculous. Whoever your insurance is, they raked your insurance over the coals. Because I'll tell you right now, I have full coverage insurance, so I was in an auto accident, which is like the top in Michigan. And my chair, this Permobile F3 that I'm in right now, when I got it back in 2020, was $56,000, brand new.
Yep.
That's brand new. Like, that is ridiculous. And I know these things are expensive, but that's crazy.
So because my accident was in 2023 and I got this chair in 2024, you're talking about a 4-year time gap where prices,
No, never mind. I just said right.
I was gonna say that's a 4-year time gap where prices went insane, like truly went just like outrageous. So where it may have been, $50,000 or whatnot, then for my insurance in 24, they weren't so lucky. So
we should start blasting these companies out and showing how much they really charge plus how much they really pay. Now, I'll do you one better. I just got a new F5, right? Because I was an auto insurance company patient. That's why I get, and I hate it. I want it for everybody, guys. Trust me. I'm not trying to boast and say, I got it. Trust me. But the brand new Permobile F5, this one that stands you up, that one alone is going for brand new at $70,000. The insurance company agreed to pay $44,000. So guess what? The insurance company only paid $44,000 and still got it.
Oh.
That's something in Michigan where they got a thing where they'll communicate with the insurance company and figure out how much the insurance is willing to pay, and they'll take that number, but they don't let people know about that.
I thought you were about to say you had to come up with the rest, and I was like,
oh no, that would have been shitty. I'd have been screwed.
Yeah, I would have not. Because when I was in Michigan, I was trying to get approved so hard for the track chairs.
Yep.
It's like the action track.
And those are only $12,000.
No, the one that I wanted had the standing feature, and it's like 28. So, but I wanted that standing feature more than anything.
Oh, the Falcon.
That's what I wanted. I think so. Yeah.
I think that's what I got as the Falcon, and it only costs, I think it was like 17.
I don't know. I mean, I know that like that's what I wanted.
But around, so yeah, they are pretty pricey though. They're over $20,000 normally.
So regardless, be it 17 or 28 or whatever,
that's still a lot of money.
That's a lot. And my insurance was like, it's not medically necessary, and I was like,
that's a horseshit. Yeah.
I was like, I work outside every day, or I am outside. We owned a zoo. Like, I'm outside every day. I am off road every day. You want me to get stuck outside in the sun and bake?
Right.
Like, not medically necessary. Come on now. Like, I got to be able to still live my life. And they were like, no. So I had to put that dream on pause. And so going back to the dating thing, you asked me about dating,
Yep.
and we, of course, ADD bebopped off task.
No, we all do. We
Um,
both do that. Me and you are both guilty. I'll take the blame.
yes. Oh, yeah. So I had that fund that my ex was supposed to set up. My mom was not comfortable with it, but he had convinced me. He was like, it's up to you. It's whatever you want to do with it. But right now, your mom is acting very rash. She's very unstable right now. And my mom was furious, rightfully so, furious that this was what was going on. And, she was like, she's not in her right mind to be able to make decisions like that, which, looking back on it,
You probably weren't,
you know,
but
I was, like I said, lots of medication, lots of trauma. And so mom was trying to keep me home in Tennessee as long as possible. So, it was one of those things where I was like,
thanks, Mark.
but I don't know, like there was a lot going on, but he was like, no, let me just like put it in an account and I will, I'll keep it safe for you. And mom was like, okay, but what happens to you, or what happens to money if something happens to you? Then that money is in an account with your name on it
That we can't touch.
And if you get in an accident or you pass away, then what happens? It goes to your kids, goes to your who? And so there's a lot surrounding that I won't talk about. But he was like, he reassured her. He's like, oh no, I've changed my will to where if something happens, it'll still
Oh,
go.
come on. That just see, and that's what when money gets involved, especially it doesn't matter if it's boyfriend, girlfriend, ex, whatever, family member, cousin, aunt, uncle. When money gets involved, that's when you really see the true colors start flying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So fast forward a little bit. I exited Shepherd Center in March of 24. I did move home to Tennessee to live with my mom for a couple months because my ex was going to be setting up a place for us to live, a handicap accessible home. And again, not going to talk too much about that because we've got an ongoing court case. And so, but there was money spent on this house on his property that was promised to be put back in my fund. He needed to use my fund to help renovate this space to be handicap accessible. But again, so there was money spent on that, which I knew about, but he was going to put it back.
Supposedly.
Yes. So anyway, so I then moved up to Michigan in August of 24, and he had taken over the zoo. He bought the zoo in July of 24. So I moved up there. He gave me the title in the zoo of the Director of Public Outreach. Now, this zoo was a nonprofit, so I had a director's position on the board, but I was also a director at the zoo. And we're going to kind of skip through a lot of this as well.
This probably got a lot of ins, a lot of outs. Yeah.
There's a lot. And so, but I had keys to all of the enclosures and all of the things. And anyway, so I was a director at the zoo. There was another woman that was involved when I moved up there. And a lot of bad things started to happen to me. I still appeared very outwardly happy and healthy and all the things until I just finally couldn't anymore. And so he ended up breaking things off with me. I had my court case for the drunk driver. And so that was September of 25. So September of 25, I had the court case. I came back to Tennessee for that. He was supposed to be there with me because this was a life-altering event for both of us.
Right.
And, you would think that the person that's my significant other would want to be there for this and, like testify if need be. But no, he was back in Michigan doing other things. And when the court case finished, there was no monetary outcome. The guy was sentenced to 9 months served, and then the additional, the rest of that 4 years on probation. so yeah, there was no like repercussions there, and the restitution was $5,000, paid at the rate of like $124 a month until it's paid. So
Wow.
that's what I got out of all of this. Oh, and he also didn't have insurance, but I did. So my insurance was the one that picked up the slack on that. And yeah.
Which
so
isn't that much because I had the
come
same
back-
thing happen to me, and we all know that's not a lot either. So, and even though like it might
it's
be
not a lot.
$10,000-$20,000, like a lot of this stuff goes and it comes quick because it comes to you, but then you have expenses you have to pay for.
So I had to pay my attorney because for some reason the attorneys felt like they were privy to some of that money. I think my phone
Oh,
is
of course.
falling. That's of course it is.
Oh,
It's
is
like,
it? Oh,
you know,
it's
I can
going.
do so much. Let's see. Oh, and I'm gonna spaz too. Oh, that's awesome. Oh no.
Woohoo! Uh-oh.
No. Yep. Oh no, we're going down. Oh, please stay.
She's got it. She can do
Well-
it. I got faith.
Well, you know what? No, it's gonna go down.
Is it going
That's
down?
Fantastic. It's like it's still drooping, so I'm like gonna attempt to make it not droop, and I don't have my caregiver has now gone. So
Oh, if you want, I
let's
mean,
see.
we can always do a part 2 if you want. We can have you back.
It's okay. It's gonna just be a little droopy for the time being. So I
However
can
you
always-
wanna do
Let me
it.
see if I can text. Let me see if I can text mom. Let me see.
All right.
Can I
Yeah,
get
Mom.
out of?
Mom
Let me see if
can
I can
help
get
you
out of this window and still. Boop. Let me see. Let's see.
I'll go ahead and play some background music.
That's okay.
No, trust me, it's
Let me
really no
see.
big deal. Like, I mean, you know, like I said, I didn't have another podcast or nothing tonight, so, and I mean, if you can get it going, that's awesome. But if not, don't worry
Let's
about
see.
it.
Oh, yeah. See, it wants to go down.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're trying. It's trying to go. Hi, mom. Hold on, mom is gonna come help me.
Mom's helping.
My phone has decided to start crashing. Can you just tilt this back up? Tilt this up? Yeah, tilt that
Hey,
up.
Harold Kill, thanks for liking the stream. Technical
And-
difficulties, we're going to let her get her
That's
stuff
good.
around here.
And then we're going to tighten this right here. No, other way. Yeah. Is it just gonna be? It's just gonna be lame.
Is that good? Okay.
That's
and
not
then
lame, that's all
I
right.
need to. Well, my phone's gonna be janky right now. Let's see. And then we might want to do that. Oh, but I am really close. And then we put
Can
my.
you move it back a bit?
No. I can move.
Okay.
Thank you.
I love
Do you wanna
moms
say
out there
hello?
helping. Hi,
Mom's
Mom.
right here.
Mom is great.
Tell
We've
her
heard-
I'm gonna go back in, but if you need me, just wave. I see you from the inside.
I mean, you can hang out with us
Thank
out
you,
here.
Mom. You can come hang out if you want.
Thank you so much, but I'm gonna go eat my guacamole.
Sounds good. Guac's awesome. All right,
She
thanks,
made
Mom.
some good guacamole.
That's awesome.
If you need.
Gotta have the
All right,
guac. Yep, gotta have the guac. Mom's locked on the guac.
I'm gonna really hope that this does not fall again because this tripod is a little old. It was from before the accident, and I haven't used it since before the accident. And so, anyways, okay, so
Well, no, yeah, go ahead. I don't know if you had anything you was going to finish, but I have a couple more questions that we can talk about before we get to the hobby section.
yes, so I'll kind of wrap it up. But anyway, so X, he nothing came of the court case, and I went back to Michigan. My mom was there with me for 2 or 3 days, and then when she left to go back home, literally within hours of her leaving, he dropped the bomb of that he was breaking up with me and that he was going to continue dating the other woman. And so anyway, so that happened, and in this midst I was devastated, of course. My
Oh,
whole
yeah,
life
I'm
is,
sure.
I mean, like, our relationship wasn't great. Like, in that point in time, there was a lot of bad things happening. But still, like, I was about to lose my entire lifestyle, the zoo, everything. And so, anyway, so I'm devastated, freaking out. And I'm trying to, at this point, figure out a way to move home. back to Tennessee because I can't live by myself, and I don't want my ex to be the one caring for me. And I
Right.
didn't have a caregiver there in Michigan. We couldn't get everything set up to where
Oh, it's so
I
hard to
had
find
a
people
care
here too right now. So yeah, just so you know that.
Right. It was horrible. I couldn't get my care team set up. So, but my ex was all like, "Oh well, this is your house. You can stay here." And I'm like, "With who?"
Right. What
Like,
you want me to share it with you and your girlfriend? The hell you think this
yeah.
is?
Well, so she had her own house, but I'm like, "Are you staying with me overnight? Like, are you still like doing all of my care needs? Like, you still
Mm-hmm.
driving me around? Like, get out of here. What?"
Yep,
But
that's a
I
little
can still live
weird.
here. Like, I'm sorry, but you just broke up with me, and I want to be able to move on with my life. So I need to
Mhm.
go home.
You got all the women
So
in the chat right now, like, oh no, girl, get out of
Yeah.
there.
Oh no. It was. There's so much more. Like that rabbit hole goes deep. It was bad. Nobody
You know what? You're one of the people. I'm
understands.
going to get back on here and we're going to dig deeper in that one of these days. I have these shows called Throwbacks where we come back and we talk to people that we talked to before. But you're definitely a good candidate to kind of go deep and down and talk about some crazy stuff because not everybody wants to talk a lot. They just want to get their story out there and that's it. You know what I mean? But I see you're
No, this
jumping in the front seat of hysteria and you're ready to get this train going,
I
baby. I'm
got
ready for it.
I got some stories. Yeah, because I mean, I will tell you this, talking about relationships, this is so incredibly important. Nobody knows what it is like to be abused by the person that is responsible for your medications,
Oh, yeah.
for
Yep.
for handing you your phone, for plugging your phone in at night, for putting you in bed, for your bathing needs. If I was to have an emergency, to be the one to take care of me through that emergency. Nobody understands what it is to be abused by the person responsible for your life. And so I had to stay happy and play the fine part to the public because, like I said, we owned a zoo. We were public. I couldn't go out there to the zoo and look a hot mess. I couldn't go out there and be crying in front of people. So I
Yeah.
had to suck up Buttercup and play the part.
Put on a happy
because
face. Right.
because if I were to make him mad, and I'm not saying that he would have done X, Y, or Z, but anybody who has been in an abusive situation knows that things can go from being okay to really bad really fast.
Real quick. Yeah.
And so and there's no way, quite literally no way for me to walk away. So
Ooh.
it's just it was a lot, emotionally a lot. So in this time period, I am trying to figure out how to move home. And one of the parts of moving home is that I needed to get my account, get my money. We shouldn't have used that money on anything because everything was covered by insurance. And if it was
Mhm.
not covered by insurance, then it was something that I was happy to pay for. And there's, an accounting that I've done that, it's like, if this cost money or that cost money, I would have paid for it. It's not a problem. That's why the fund is there.
Right.
But I was never asked to use that fund. And so he said, so when I asked him, his line was, "So what do you think I owe you of that money?"
Oh, hell no. Absolutely not. Bro. That's when the mean starts coming out real quick.
I was just so mind blown. So mind blown. And on top of this, you have to remember, I am so emotionally distraught. I mean, I'm looking at my entire life being uprooted. The dream that I had, the person that I had been in a relationship with for 4 years at this point.
Right.
I'm looking at losing everything.
I'm already
My
thinking about
entire
revenge
future.
right now. Like, you got me thinking about, like, payback. I'm just
Right?
like, oh, come on, man. Tell me this guy got what was coming to him.
well, we've got court coming. So, anyways, besides the point. So that was his response, and I did not, I didn't know how to respond. Like, I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? So I had requested that my mom be be part of that discussion, because my mom handles a lot of my finances, and she's much better equipped to have that conversation. I'm really
Oh
great
yeah,
at a
Mama
lot
Bear
of
will fight
things.
for her cubs for sure.
Yes. So, mom has a skill set that is like nobody I have ever met. She's a lawyer. She knows how to
Oh,
argue and
damn,
knows her
there you
way
go.
around finances. And, mom is amazing. Like,
Right.
she's just a wonderful human being. She has been my #1 supporter through all of this. She is the reason that I was able to get into Shepherd Center, and, all of my insurance stuff has been taken care of. Anyways, so I was like, I really want my mom to be involved in this conversation. I need her help. And he refused and refused and refused. And I was like, why? He says, because you're an adult. This is our relationship. And this is a conversation that you and I should be having. I'm too, like, I get that. I understand that. But my emotions are all over the place. I don't want to make a quick emotional decision. Like, I need to be making logical financial decisions. And he was trying to flip that. So he did not want to
Trying to
talk
make
about
it seem like it's your fault, that
Um,
you're being rash, that, oh, well, we should be having to deal with this. Okay, where's my money? It's like, where's my money? Over and over again, like, where's my money? And the thing is that I hope that with this, oh, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm sure
no,
this
it's
will
fine.
happen, but, like, the people that help donate that money should all know that you didn't get a damn penny. Well, if that comes to fruition, and then you know what? I guarantee
Right.
you. Oh man, I'm sorry. I get heated when this
No,
stuff
it's
happens.
no, it's fine. But yeah, so that was the thing. He yeah, so I mean, he came up with a laundry list of things that he believed that I owed
Oh, of
him
course.
for, or that
Yep.
or that that shouldn't have been paid back. It's like my food cost. Apparently, we ate thousands of dollars
Yeah, that's
in
20
food
grand.
per
That's a
week.
$20,000 food bill right there. Yeah, yeah.
Like, excuse me, but like, where? Like, where am I putting thousands of dollars worth of food, sir?
Right, right.
Anyways, I digress. So I had to leave Michigan without the help of my fund to move me home, which meant that my mom, my 60-something-year-old mother, I don't know how old she was at the time, well, I guess 62, my 62-year-old mother was helping me move home with what very little belongings I had. I also had a lot of animals, like I had dogs and a Brahma bull and a caracal cat that needed to be moved somewhere as well. I couldn't bring them with me. Like I said, live in a neighborhood, nowhere for them to be. Um, and so that was another reason why I didn't just like up and leave. I wasn't going to abandon my animals. That
Yeah,
was
that would be
my
hard to develop
life.
a relationship with, especially like exotic animals that you normally can't have, like in a neighborhood setting or a house or a backyard or something like that. And then all of a sudden, you're supposed to just pack up and leave. I mean, you talk about Joe Exotic and they're like how he had to do that with his animals, even though he might not have been the best caregiver. There's people
I mean,
didn't think about that. It's like something like that. I don't want to compare you to Joe Exotic or
Right.
nothing, but
No, I mean, it's fine. I know people that know Joe, and that documentary got so upside down that whatever. Anyways, I digress again.
Oh, I
But,
know. I already
it's
know.
like,
I already figured. Yeah.
like I raised 2 baby tigers. I was there. Like, I was there I was with them every day, for a year. For a year of their life, I was there to celebrate their 1-year birthday. And they were in an enclosure, but I was right there, and I would go up to them every day and I would talk to them. There was an animal called a binturong. I don't really know how to describe her, other than like, they're also called bear cats. And she was this black fuzzy creature, and that was my baby. I mean, we had her since she was little bitty, and I raised her for over a year, and I was with her almost every single day because she was in our gift shop,
Right.
and I had to leave her behind, and like was that was my heart. I loved that animal so much. And so the emotional damage, not just from losing my relationship or the dream that I thought I was going to have, but by losing all of the animals that I loved so much, was devastating. Anyways,
Right.
so I had to figure out how to move the animals that I did keep, the animals that were mine prior to the accident. There was a couple of those that I had to move, and I had to make all the arrangements for them to be moved. Um, and so my mom was the one who helped financially support me through all of these ventures. We had to move animals from Michigan all the way to Florida,
Oh my God.
because that was, where some of them were going. And anyways, and then back to Tennessee, where I didn't have my insurance, my doctors, I didn't have anything in Tennessee. Thankfully, this happened. He broke up with me in late September. Um, and so I had October, November, and December that I had to figure out. Again, like, I couldn't just leave, not just because I couldn't do it myself, but because everything that I relied on was in Michigan,
Right.
and my caregiver was now,
I couldn't imagine
being
having
like
that much
this.
stuff on my plate, yeah, and having to try to figure out not only how am I going to get myself from here to A to B to C to D, but how am I going to move these animals? How am I going to get this done? How am I going to get this done? How am I going to get my belongings? How is my 60-year-old mother going to help me get all this stuff without help?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And so, it was a lot. It was a lot. And, I felt terrible for my mom because she's now having to uproot her life again and, come in to take care of me. She could have she had flight benefits. My brother lives in Japan. Like, she had a full trip planned to go and see him in Japan, and she had to cancel it all because she had to step in and rescue me. Like, how terrible is that? I mean, like, she has to put her entire
Well, you
life
know what?
on hold.
It's really, to her, it's a no-brainer. I mean, like, if when you're a
Of
mother
course.
and you're a father or whatever, like, your kids always come first. Doesn't matter. She automatically forgot about it. Didn't matter. Like, it to her, you can ask her right now, and I guarantee you, she say, don't even care. Don't even care about it. You know what I mean?
Right. But
But
it matters to, like, my brother, who wants her to be there.
oh, I'm
so
sure. Yeah. But your brother
And
also
so
cares about you and wants you to be okay, though. You know what I mean?
that's its own
It's a
thing.
ball of
But
emotions. Right. It's a ball of emotions.
right. So either way, so I move home. My mom is now completely footing the bill for me, because I no longer, the income part that's a whole different story. But I am now completely her responsibility and having to move all of my things here. So, so relationships, there's the terrible side of it. And then there's the me recovering and starting to put myself back together, work on myself to the point where I'm okay with beginning to date again and having, being comfortable with myself and having those weird conversations with people about, all right, so I can't drive myself anywhere. So you get to either come to me, or I'm going to come to you with either my caregiver or my mom. And then once we're comfortable enough, then you can come and drive my van, because I'm not getting in your car. This thing doesn't get in anybody's vehicle, and my current chair doesn't fold up. The wheels can come off, but it doesn't fold, so it doesn't fit
See,
in
that's
everybody's
horrible.
stuff.
I feel like insurance should help pay for rides and MTAs and just everything that people, like normal people, get. Like,
And you know what? Maybe there's something like that out there. There's a lot of really cool benefits that I am still exploring. Like the fact that you can take your caregiver to the movie theaters for free as long as you have like a medical necessity card or something. I have to look more into it, but and you can get half off on the Walmart delivery thing, like Instacart type thing.
right.
So the Walmart Plus, you can get half off on Walmart Plus if you have whatever the
It's like a
I'm told
DoorDash or something like that.
or SSDI.
Oh, SSDI.
Something,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I believe.
I think that's what. I don't know if that's what I got.
Yeah, SSDI. Like if you have that, then you can get you can prove that if you can prove that you're on disability, then Walmart will give you that half off. Anyways, there's a lot
That's
of cool
cool.
things that you can get, services that you can get for less. But anyways, so being able to tell somebody, hey, like this is my situation, and this is gonna be a little bit weird. Like I'm 34, going on a date, and this is my mom.
Right.
Which
No, and there's
but
see,
my
there's
mom-
other things too. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I have to say this. I was able to get into a van and drive. I know my buddy Albert, who's also a quad, shout out Albert Shaw. He was able to get into a van and drive. So and he's a quadriplegic. So if he can do it, I'm guessing you could probably do it. I don't see why, but the thing is, it's all about the insurance and who will cover what, right?
So my van has the ability that the seats will swivel around so that I should be able to transfer myself into a seat. But with my spasms and my lack of upper body strength and the fact that I can't move my legs by myself, I can't do that.
Right.
I know that there's the ability to remove that front seat.
That's what I have. Is
not
I
in my
lock
van.
in. I lock into the thing. Yeah.
Yes. So I know that is technology that is available, but that is not what I currently have. I am so beyond lucky to even have the van that I do have.
Right.
But this one was not set up in the way, when I bought it, it was not set up in the way for me to lock in and drive. So for myself, and I'm sure a vast majority of people, we can't just go on a date and then, what happens when you want to spend the night with somebody? You get to
Yeah.
address other situations.
Yep.
And it's like, like the fact bowel and bladder routine.
It's almost like you got to set them
most-
up for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And so, you have to let them know about those routines. And if you are going to be intimate in a relationship, there are plenty of other complications that we have to discuss and, just deal with. And men have a much different complication than women do.
Yep.
But,
You got to tell them about
but
that clam trap. Sorry, I had to put that one out there. That was funny.
No,
you
all
brought it
good.
up.
It's
You
all
brought
good.
it up.
I did. But these are all things that, our community doesn't necessarily bring up or talk about,
Right.
because people are so afraid. They're like, oh no, like having, sex talk is weird. Like, I
Right.
don't want to talk about
That's why I'm glad we're
that.
breaking that stigma. We need people like us to do
with
that. You know what I mean?
anybody. Yes. And then on top of that, able-bodied people have no idea what it takes for us to even just be able to go out in public, like I said, with my car,
Right.
making sure that places are accessible. I have come across a couple places that are 100% not accessible, and they can get away with it because they're older than they're historic buildings, or they're older than the ADA, whatever. That's not okay. Like, I don't care if you're older than.
Uh-oh. I think her stuff might have finally gave out. She's had some shoddy reception there. I don't know. I don't think she's coming back, folks. We're going to have to wrap it up and do a part 2, I think, with Charli. Get her back on here. Tomasa says, she'll help with that combo. Well, she did lose connection, but do not fear. Let's try to give her a call, shall we? Let's try to give her a call live on air. Oh, wait. Look, it worked. Hello, she's back.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, your reception's been kind of going in and out, so I was just hoping we could, last as long as we could. But
Right.
no,
So
let me just.
anyways, I was
Oh yeah,
just
go
saying
ahead,
that,
finish that up.
it's
Yep.
like the able-bodied world doesn't necessarily know what it is to be in a relationship or to date somebody that is in our position, but
Right.
it is completely possible. You can do it. You just have to be upfront and open with somebody and let them know, like, this is a big deal. If we don't take care of this problem, then I can die.
No, for sure.
So it's and let them know, like, the nitty gritty on the front end, because, like, with my hands, and I've got, like I said, I've got the SP tube. I can't empty my catheter bag by myself, which is so stupid. Like, anyways, but so it's
Yeah.
I have to let a partner know, like, hey, I'm gonna need help touching my urine bag. So are you okay with emptying this for me?
Right.
Gross. But it's but that's something that absolutely has to be discussed before you decide to go in on things. Anyways, there was more questions, or did we?
No.
Are we out of
We got
time?
plenty more questions. So right now we're literally at 4. I have 10. Well, technically 12, but so I'm gonna leave you with the option. Right now we're an hour and 16 minutes in. So congratulations on not only the most views that we've had for a live stream, which was 28. Who
Nice.
knows if that thing tells the truth or not most of the time, but that was pretty high. But you also gone the longest that anybody's ever went so far on Wheelchair Wednesday, and we haven't even got to question number 5 yet. Yeah. Now I'll leave you the option. We can continue, or we can do a part 2, and we can do next Wednesday.
It does not matter to me. I think that trying to schedule something else might be a little tricky.
Right.
So if you're down to continue, I am completely okay with that. Like I said, it's just my schedule is.
Oh, no, you're
nuts.
good. I mean, if I got you now, I mean, I might as well just keep it going and see what we can get done. You know what I mean?
So let's do it.
So on to the next question, which would be, what is one thing that if you could wake up tomorrow and you had 24 hours, right? What is one thing that you wish you could do that you are no longer able to do?
Oh man,
Good question, huh? I thought so.
that's an awesome question. Oh, Mom is back. Mom, if I had 24 hours with being able-bodied again, what would I do?
You would go see. You would probably go see Ivan and ride your bull.
I would go ride my bull.
Oh, there you go.
The first thing I would do, honestly, like I would get out of bed and I would hug Mom. I'd be like, look, I got legs again. And I would hug Mom because she would be there in the morning, I'm sure. I would probably go hiking. I would ask Mom if she wanted to go hiking
Yeah, we'd go take a hike.
and with the
Nice.
dogs, because we'd have to do that. I would give Squeegee, we have a bulldog. I would give Squeegee a bath because she smells like a baked potato.
I mean, we can't take you hiking up in the hills because you don't have the right kind of chair.
No, I said if I had legs for a day.
If she had
I
legs
would
for a
go.
day. Yep.
Yeah, if I had legs for a day, I'd go hiking, and I'd play in a stream. Oh my God, I would, just because I can't make it to a beach, I don't think, in time. I mean, I guess I could, but it would take up the whole day. I would drive everywhere that we went.
Yep. She
I
said, not
would
only would I
attempt-
do 1 or 2 or 3 things, I would attempt to do it all.
Of course. Yeah, there's so many things that we just don't get to do. But I think beyond that, like, forget the legs. The legs are one thing. If you gave me my hands back.
See, I hear that from quads all the time, and it's like it makes you think, as a paraplegic, it makes you appreciate even more your ability to grasp and grab things and do things with your hands.
And to sit upright, but my hands are everything. Like, I have to learn how to grab everything differently. I can't grab anything. I mean, there's so many things I cannot grab. I have no grip strength. So being able to grab something, like I can hold on to something like this, but simply because it's not heavy and it's not that big a deal. But I can't grab something and like weight it and hold on to it. We have the tenodesis is what they call it. So it's
Tino
with my wrist.
You had me thinking of her for a minute. I was like, wait, what? I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I get
Go
it.
to a theme park and ride the rides too.
Ooh, going to a theme park would be
Ride a roller
really.
coaster.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, if I could teleport places.
dude.
This is a
Yes,
whole
I've been
different
saying that the whole
conversation.
time, dude. Teleporting, you can go anywhere you want. But here's my question. We're talking about teleporting. Okay, this is off the block, but let's say teleporting was possible, right? But every time that you use the teleporter, it takes like 5 minutes off your life.
I don't know how long I'm gonna
See?
live. Anyways, I thought, it's like back in 2023, I thought I was invincible. I mean, not
Yeah.
really, but like Mom was saying, I have a Brahma bull that I was training to ride. So
That's fun.
I would get up on top of his back. I raised him from 2 weeks old. I'd get up on top of his back and ride him. Like that, I did a lot of like wild things. So taking 5 minutes off of a life that I already don't know how long I'm gonna live.
You're like, how many 5
gonna
minutes
live.
are in a day? Let's see, how many? Like, let me take 1 day off my life and go visit every place I've ever wanted to go. Right.
Well, that's the thing, is like, I'm gonna live again. See, before the accident, and this is what I told everybody, I was like, before the accident, I lived, and I'm so thankful. Anybody that's out there that is able-bodied, that is still able to board a plane and go out there into the world without having to think twice about, is there going to be ramps? Are they going to destroy my wheelchair? Can
that's a big one.
Can I go hiking somewhere? Am I going to be able to X, Y, and Z, without making all the plans, all the arrangements? Go out there and freaking live, dude. Like, I traveled all over the world. I ate all kinds of food. I did things.
Hold on, now that's
So,
my other thing,
talk
is
about-
travel now. Let's talk about that right now. Traveling right now, yes or no? Because of the way that you
Do
feel
I
when you're...
travel?
Yeah, because now you're in now the spinal cord injury, right? Do you have any hardware?
Just in my neck, just that, but it's not.
Does it hurt to
It's not a
like
big
travel
deal.
around or anything, or like hit bumps or potholes, or doesn't really bother you? Long
Not
trips in a
anymore,
car,
no.
maybe?
No, I don't have any issues. I travel in my chair, and this chair like leans back, and I can shift positions. I've gone to and from Michigan in this chair.
Yep.
So long as we do take breaks along the way to let me lean back or move my legs around, just shift positions, then I'm okay.
Right.
But traveling by plane, I've done twice, and it was just because I had to fly. I had to fly to Tennessee for the court case. But I haven't like really flown. Like, I haven't gone overseas. I want to really bad. But the fear is, what happens if I have an episode, like something goes wrong?
Yeah, it's like people with you, right? That's what freaks me out, is being somewhere where I can't just go back and change my clothes or take a shower or something like that in the middle of a plane, and continence happens. Oh my
Yep,
gosh!
and I absolutely, at this point in my life, I must have another person with me.
Right.
Specifically, at this moment, I have to have my mom with me because of my bowel program. I'm not
Mhm.
going to have some random person there with
Oh
me
no, yeah.
helping me with that. That's a little private.
Tomasa says, yeah,
so-
make it 24 hours worth it. Just to get through some of these comments, Jay said the spontaneity is gone. He misses who he was, and that's who we all miss who we were. Yeah, and like Tomasa says, you can still do it. Maybe a little different now, but wherever there is a will, there's a way. Yeah, good point.
Right. And so I'm actually going to be looking into colostomy bag. It is something that I have fought the idea of, because I don't want another thing hanging off my body.
See, now your bowel
and that's
program is supposed to help you with that, though. Like, is your bowel program is probably not. It doesn't do it when you want it. It just kind of happens when it does.
No, I am able to hold everything
Oh, okay.
until we do a program every other day. But because I need full assistance with it, I don't have the hands to be able to.
Do it yourself, right?
thing,
Self-stimulate and
and
all that
I-
stuff that they need done. That's
Right.
Yeah.
And so there's a big need for someone else to be with me to, well, like I said, specifically my mom, because that was probably one of the hardest things for me to get used to normalize is my mom seeing me naked, and being
Really?
right up in. Oh yeah, like that was weird. I mean, it wasn't
It's your mom, though.
like it wasn't. Huh?
I said, but it's your mom. That wouldn't be normal? Well, I mean, not normal, I guess. Not when you're an adult. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, it wasn't a thing. Like, I did a lot of, I did adult content in the past.
Oh.
So, like, I was very used to being naked, but not with my mom. Like, my mom is a very wonderful, reserved person. She doesn't cuss, she doesn't smoke, she doesn't drink. Wonderful, like, none of a human being. And so for me to be naked and, like I said, having her like right up in my bits, that's a weird one.
Oh,
And
I'm
of course,
sure.
like when I was
Something to get used
fresh
to.
injured, I was just like, it's gotta happen. Like,
Yeah,
it
that's
is
one
what
thing
it
you do
is.
have to program your brain of is like you have to get rid of all that. Oh, this is nasty, yucky. Don't and it just has to go out the window. Like literally, you just got to forget about all of it.
There is still so much of me that is still so grossed out by the program, the bowel program. that
Yeah.
I'm just like I don't want to know about it. It's doing its thing, and that's all I need to know.
I laugh about it at this point. I'm like, welcome to the show. You guys want to come check this out? Come on in here.
Yeah, heck no. That is one thing that, like, and it's always been that way for me. Like, even before the accident, it was just like nobody knew. Like, it was just like one of those things. Like, it didn't happen.
Right.
So yeah, it was a lot. But no. So anyways, travel. I at this point have to have my mom with me, which I love traveling with my mom. I love her. She's fantastic. But I'm looking at getting the colostomy bag so that if I wanted to travel with a friend, then I don't have to worry about, like, hey, by the way, we're going to have to do this thing in the morning.
Right.
You good with that? Or like, hey, if I have like an accident, you good with cleaning up? Because I can't do it.
that would be a very good dating. Like, hey, just so you know, I might shit myself in the morning, and I have nobody else to beat you to help me with that. Like, come
Yeah.
straight out like that. Whether they're gonna be like, I don't know if I want to stay around. Sorry about that. I'll have
Yeah.
to go. I actually
Yeah.
have a church service. I have to see you later. And just dipped out. Yep.
Exactly.
way it
Yep. I
happened.
mean, thankfully, like, I am not somebody that has bad incontinence problems, but I have plenty of friends out there who do, that they cannot regulate themselves no matter what it is that they've tried. So they are wearing Depends or whatever. And it's like, for them, that's a real problem. It's a real world problem. And they're like,
I don't wear Depends, but I wear a different brand. Damn it, and I'm proud to say it. I'm a man.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
yeah. So, I mean, it's just like, but like navigating life as an adult who needs, diapers of some sort, like, that's a whole thing to have to discuss with other people.
Yeah.
So,
It's a whole wall that you have to help them break down. But the thing is, if they're really interested in you, though, it's to them, it's nothing. That ain't no thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
That's why you see a lot of caregivers that get with the person that they're watching for because it doesn't bother them.
Yep. Exactly. And so, I've had that conversation. I started off having the colostomy conversation with a friend of mine, and I was like, listen, like, if this was to happen, like, if I were to do this, what would you feel? And then, they were like, so what? Like, you need it for your life. Like, what's the problem? And then I had that conversation more recently with somebody that I'm talking to, and I asked them, and he was like, so, like, you're good. If it makes your life easier, like, let's do it. Like, it's fine.
Right.
And that was such a sigh of relief for me, because, like, that's something that, like, I had to discuss. It was something that was so uncomfortable for me. And for them, it was just like, so you're going to be able to travel? Like, I'm not going to have to, like, be invasive.
Right.
Yeah, get it done. So what? You have a little bag, and you can put, like, cute little pouches on it.
So what?
What's
You
the
got a
big deal?
little bag. Put some cute pouches
Yeah.
on it. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm just
about
like,
right.
cool. Like, that's easy enough. So, yeah. It's,
What about your pain?
my pain?
I know you got pain, right? You talked about a little bit, but not spasm-wise or whatever.
Spasms are really bad. My nerve pain is minimal. Like there's a lot in my hands right now, and sometimes my foot gets really hot numb. My pain comes from when I have my spasms. It has actually caused my hip to have a laundry list of wonderful things go wrong with it. So when I spasm, it pushes my legs to kick out straight, and sometimes they will like literally like they'll kick, but it causes my whole body to like plank, and it's extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah, my body does that when I'm trying to get in bed. It just like tries to flatten all the way out, and everything tightens up real bad. I almost threw my fiance's arm out of her socket one night.
Yep, my mom is like, "You're gonna break my wrist. You're gonna break my hands. Like, you're gonna break me." And I'm like, "I can't do anything about this." So, what it did was the IT band that's in my hip. It goes down like the outer side of your hip.
Yep.
That actually, whenever my leg goes straight out, or does like where you would take a step, that IT band actually pops over my hip joint.
Oh, jeez.
Because there's so much inflammation there, like on the joint or around that joint and the muscles and all of that. So it pops over that, and there's a ton of pain in that whole side of my leg, my hip, and into my lower back.
Right.
I also have some pretty bad pain in my back itself, kind of in my rib cage back area, from probably the same thing, the spasms and kicking out and all of that. So it feels like I'm sleeping on a rock.
Oh yeah.
Or that, like,
all the time.
even right now, like, feels like I've got a rock in my back. My gym trainer actually earlier was pushing on that knot in my back, because as I was working out, it just makes this arm so tired.
Right.
No reason. So, it just hinders my workouts. Anyway, so my pain is it's not bad. It doesn't hinder me from enjoying life, but it is pain. And, thankfully I just learned to get around it. So.
Right. Absolutely. J3190 said, "We put too much weight in others' opinions. They usually understand. If not, then F them." Damn right, Jay. And then he said,
Yep.
"I have a strap around my ankles to stop the kicking spasms."
Yes, I used to tie my shoes together. Which oddly enough, like when you tie them together, they actually wouldn't kick out. I always thought that was really strange. Right now, I actually have Velcro on my foot plate, and I have Velcro on the bottom of my shoes.
What? To keep it
okay.
there? I never thought about that. That's crazy for spasms to like kind of keep him try to stay still. Wow,
Yes,
the
so
Velcro trick.
It works. It works sometimes. My spasms are really, really strong, so
Oh,
it
I
doesn't
can
work all the
imagine.
time.
Right.
But we do that. If I know that I'm going to be going over rough terrain, then I will actually lean forward in my chair, because if I bend forward and grab my legs, then I actually, like, it'll keep that spasm.
Yeah. The
more
more
in
you start
check.
moving, the more it'll either keep it in check or the more it'll make it go. So it's
Yeah,
a like
so like if I
double-sided
go over
sword.
like bumpy terrain, even if I'm the one propelling myself, like in my smaller chair, if I'm pushing forward, it doesn't matter. My body is like, ha, joke's on you. We're going to be in the middle of the parking lot or the middle of like the road, the crosswalk.
Right.
And you're going to spasm and you're not going to be able to move. And so then I like plank out. I have a seatbelt that keeps me mostly in place, but it still pushes my hips forward.
Right.
So I still slide a little bit forward. And then I'm like now leaning backwards in my chair, trying to propel myself forward. And I'm like, this is not working. So my caregiver has to go behind me and actually push me wherever we're going. And I'm still like leaned all the way back, looking crazy, trying to get into a store so that I can then adjust myself and hope I don't do it again. So
See, and it's so hard to get comfortable because I got scoliosis. So for me, like it pushes my head forward even. So like my whole head and my back of my neck is pushed more forward. So like when I want to feel normal, I kind of tilt my seat back a little bit so I can sit upright normal. So I'm not straight up like what you're talking about. Like it's pushing you out of the seat.
Right.
And it's so hard to go around places and like try to maneuver, but you have to know where that back is. I always say Judy got a big old booty, and she'll take you out if you don't watch it. You know what I mean? Because
Oh my gosh.
oh man, it'll take out. And
Yeah,
these chairs are heavy, like you said before. So you want to watch out for
Yes.
that.
My
Go ahead.
my van has the ramp that comes down so that I can wheel in, and I have lovingly named my van Shinzy.
Nice.
because
Oh yeah, it
if
takes
you're
out the
not-
shins.
There you go. So it's if you're not paying attention or you don't know that that's about to come out, you push the clicker to make it open or whatever, and Shinzy will take your shin
So.
right out. That's so.
Oh, hold
ahead.
on, that's so sick. So do you have the same, like, because my ramp comes out of the floor. Does it come out of the floor when the door opens?
Out of the floor in the door side, not the back.
Yeah, the door side, on the side. I have a Chrysler
Yep.
Pacifica that comes out of the floor.
Yeah.
Oh my, it
Dodge
does. It will get,
something.
I've had to warn so many people, like, hey, watch out, that thing's going to come out. And they're like, oh my goodness, what is going on? Like, nobody,
Every time.
yeah, people don't know about
Every
it.
time.
She calls her
Every
van
time. My
Shinzy
mom-
because it takes your shins out, like Shinzu.
Yeah.
That's great.
Shinzy, like
funny.
on the Lion King, you got
On
the
the Lion,
hyenas.
oh, the Lion
and-
King.
Yep.
Nice.
And so yeah, we've got Shinzy. Shinzy is the van. Because she'll knock your legs right out from under you.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
All right. Just a couple more questions now. What about this is one of the crazier questions. If you could
Okay.
go back to the time that you were injured and then you could take a different route, or you knew that making this decision you could go back and you would live your life the way you were living it, which means all the knowledge that you've learned since your accident, all the relationships, everything else is gone out the window. You go back to exactly where you live in. Would you go back or would you stay where you're at now? It's a good one, ain't it?
That's a good one.
You haven't even been really paralyzed that long. I don't want to sound like a dick here, but I mean, you've been
No,
around since
it's-
2023, so I mean, it's a few years,
yeah, it's
but
2.5 years. That's not a long time. God, that is a hard one.
so it's almost like
I-
maybe your blessings haven't reached you yet, or
So I would not take it back.
mm-hmm.
For the sole purpose of I feel like now I'm actually able to reach people in a very positive way, and I did before the accident too. Like I was very much involved with a lot of people in a very positive way, and when I was injured I had a huge community of people that came together to support me and to be there and to let me know that I was loved and all the things. I was so thankful. I was, it was amazing.
right?
But there's a lot of things in the past that I would not have known, that, I wouldn't have known that community. I wouldn't have been able to see this side of life and
Right.
the need for so many things, so much equipment that, we need. And I want to make a difference. And, so it's like, but the only thing that really sucks for me is that I am now reliant on the people that I love. I have to be cared for by my mom. Like, she doesn't deserve this. Like, and my mom loves
Mhm.
me. My mom, we have a beautiful relationship, but I am a lot, and I know that. And I'm a lot for her to have to care for. And my stepdad has to come into play. My sister comes into play. We just now, like in January or February, just now got caregiver services. And they approved me for 49 hours of caregiving.
A week or a month or what?
A week.
Oh, that's
Which is-
actually not bad.
Right? That's what they say. They're like, oh, that's not that bad. And I am so beyond grateful for that 49 hours.
Oh yeah.
But my God.
Every hour
you know, like-
you will love. I'm getting, because sorry to cut you off again. I have to do this because people don't understand how hard it is to really find good help. And when you find good help, every
Oh,
hour that
God.
they're there helping you and giving you your people a break, like that's giving your
Amazing.
person an hour so they can chill and relax. That's giving you an
Yeah,
extra hour where you can have them do what you wouldn't want that person to do because they've already done so much. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
it's a whole list. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
But if I were to be living on my own, what am I supposed to do? My caregiver, I have the one that was here earlier. She's here from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And on the weekends, I have a woman that comes in from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. And she's only been with me for a couple weeks, and she calls out at least once every week. So that means that she's only here for one day.
Right.
So
See, and that would fall on the side of not really reliable. It's hard to find good help as a caregiver. You know what I mean? But
now my Monday through Friday girl, amazing.
Yeah.
Like I said, she's more of a friend. Like we do all kinds of things together. But
that's what they become. The
still,
good ones become friends, like family, friends. You know what I mean? Like you're part of the wheelchair mafia is what I say now. You know what I mean? Welcome to the club.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, but if once she leaves, like if I lived on my own, then from 5 p.m. until 9 a.m. the next day, what am I supposed to do? Like
Right.
I take medication. I take medication right now at 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. So, I mean, I now have it to where I can get it. But for a lot of my friends out there, they don't have access to their meds. I can't get in or out of bed by myself.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to just hang out in bed from 5 p.m. until 9.
Hey, wait a minute though. Let's talk about that real quick because you said earlier you were like you're skinny, you're getting into it, and I said we were going to talk about it. And this is like one of the last ones. This is next to last. But the hobby question is going to kind of come back to this. So you've been making the videos on Instagram. You've been getting how many views? People have been blowing it up. I mean, I've seen you posted that one. What really made me notice you was like, I've seen you before this, but like when you posted and was like, dude, the people reaction and the way they comment, like some of these people are like, what in the world? Like we laugh at it. But it's like you said, you look at the way that these people are just freely talking to you, like it's like they're at a supermarket and they're just like, "Oh, I didn't know wheelchairs came with airbags or whatever," and you're like,
Yep.
"That's fun to say." Like, okay, sure, whatever.
I didn't know watermelons were vegetables. I was like,
I didn't know
For real?
watermelons were vegetables. No, I'm gonna give that one of these. That's horrible. That's not a
exactly.
good
I
one.
was like,
Like, I didn't know wheelchairs came with airbags. That one's kind of funny. Okay, that one was kind of
yeah,
funny.
there
But
was some that were like really, really funny.
yeah,
There was a girl that said, "I'm just as bad as a guy," and I was like, "Me too." So, but it's still like, really, and then, but I
Right.
don't mind those people that are saying all of those things because they are still boosting the algorithm to get it out there,
Well,
to get
that's
my videos out there.
right. And that's another thing I was going to say is, isn't it crazy how what you're talking about, how now your mother, your stepdad, all these people have to join in to help you. But guess what? The videos that you're putting out could potentially be helping tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands possibly of people. Even that one person,
yeah.
that kid, that young girl that's in that hospital bed right now that's looking up because she got hit or something, and and she's like, she can do it, I can do it, and you're making a difference.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely. And so, I remember when I was in the hospital, I was watching, it was Cole and Charisma.
Oh yeah,
And
Cole and Charisma, we like those guys.
I love their videos. So I was in such a weird spot because I just didn't believe that somebody could love somebody like me. It was like my partner at the time, we had a very active, very social life.
Right.
We went and we did things, and now look at me, like I can't do all of those things. I can't get out there and feed the baby animals. I can't XYZ.
But then you see them and you're like, I guess I can.
Yeah, and I may not be able to do the same things that I was doing. I can't get up on my bull and ride my bull anymore. I
Oh
can't
no, I
really
definitely
go
would
walk a
not
dog.
recommend doing that at all.
No, I love my baby, but that's not, not in the question. Anyways, but it's like I may not be able to do the same things that I did in the past, but I can find something different, something that's a workaround. I can find other hobbies, and my God, when I was looking into other hobbies, that was so difficult. Like, again, no hands.
Well, it just depends on
So
what
I
you
was like,
like as
maybe I can
well.
crochet.
Yeah. Oh, crochet with
Yeah,
the hand
I was like, maybe
dexterity.
I was like, maybe I can. Yeah, I was like, maybe I can learn to crochet. Really?
Nah, probably can't do
Then I
that.
was like, maybe, going back to my mom's comment, maybe I can learn sign language. And I'm sitting there watching sign language videos, and I'm like,
Oh no, they're doing all these things. It's almost like,
yeah, I'm just, yeah. And like I mean, because I used to know a little bit of sign language, so I was like, yeah, no,
oh yeah,
we're not,
no.
not doing that. But I have found other really cool hobbies. I am gardening again. We had to find a workaround for it. Even like holding tools. Holding the tools can be difficult, but there's different grips that you
They
can
sell
use.
those on Amazon. They helped you out. You can do
Yep,
straps on your hands. Yep, I seen those. Those are good.
exactly. So there's a lot of different adaptive tools out there. There's not enough. Like the list is short,
Oh yeah, it's getting bigger
and
though. I got a buddy who's making some stuff too. Because he's seen me and was like, I'm gonna start making these adaptive workout equipments, and he's done it. I'm like,
yeah.
dude, you're
So
amazing.
I use different things like you said. I've got hooks, and I've got the active hand grips. So they make it to where my hands could actually grip weights.
Right.
I've got different tools. Like if I need to, if I love cooking, and so I've got a cutting board that has prongs on it. So that it can actually hold a vegetable in
Right.
place, and then I've got a knife that tilts or like rocks, I
Oh, I've
guess.
seen it. Yeah,
But
the
there's
rocker
also
knife. Yep.
yeah, so there's different rocker knives that you can get. I ended up buying one.
You
that
would be a
was,
perfect like spokesperson for an adaptive anything. Like anybody that had adaptive
yes,
anything, you would be the perfect spokesperson for that, just for a commercial or like anything. You
I
know what I
would
mean?
love
Like
that.
that's why I'm like, man, I seen you on there and I'm like, dude, she's pushing this out. She's having a good time with it. You're gonna go far in this game. Like, and what I mean by this
I
game
just
is just the
the
wheelchair
sled.
mafia game, right? Right? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. So it's just they're for people who want to still have hobbies. But like I was watching Cole and Charisma, and I fell in love with them because they still get out there
Mm-hmm.
and live. They
Yeah.
love each other. They still have a whole life. And Charisma stands by Cole and does all of the things with him. No, I mean, I'm not going to say no different than if he was a walking individual, but her love for him is no different than if he was an able-bodied person.
Right.
And so she helps him with everything, and he is right there with her doing all the things, and it's so beautiful. So that gave me that boost, that hope
Mm-hmm.
that I needed to be able to get through some of those darker times. And
So see how
so
that
it's
got you. That right there, what that did for you is what
yeah,
I believe that you're gonna do for other people. And that's kind of like the reason why I do these things. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't do it
exactly.
if I didn't think it helped somebody. So hopefully
Exactly.
it
And I've
does.
had so many people in my DMs talking about, it's like, I have no reason to skip the gym. I see you and you give me the inspiration, and I want to get back in the gym now. There are people who have reached out and they're like, I have this level injury and I love watching your videos. There's somebody who said it was his daughter that was injured, and she had a lower level injury than I did. And he's like, would you be able to talk to her and like help give her some inspiration? She's younger and she just feels like, this is it. And I was like, I absolutely can, but it's going to be better for her to get in touch with somebody who is a more similar injury. But maybe I can find somebody. I'm I've been in this for a little bit longer,
Right.
and I can help her find somebody who's a good partner for her
It's all
to
about
talk
who you
to.
know. Right. Right.
Exactly, because my struggles in this, every injury is different. So my struggles are going to be different than somebody else's. but at the same time, my struggles may be the same as somebody else's.
Or your struggles
So
might be like what you're going through and you're pushing through might be all they need to get them to get through whatever they're from. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I've had my able-bodied friends look at me and be like, dude, I like broke my leg and was feeling all bad about myself, and then you started making these videos, and I literally like shut off my phone and my TV, and I got up and I started walking, and I was like with my crutches and everything, and I went outside and I was like, hey man, I appreciate it. I'm glad I was of assistance or whatever. But no, I think it's that's what it is. And like Tomasa said, you know, what'd she say there? Something about she loves it when people say, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. Then that just makes her want to do it even harder. Jay said he picked up chess and harmonica since becoming a quad, which is cool. Chess and harmonica. Harmonica's hard enough as it is, especially with the breathing. And then
I'm so thankful I do not have the breathing like I did in the beginning. I had a really hard time, but I can't cough and I can't laugh like I used to. That's a weird one. And I can't sneeze.
Oh,
Like,
I haven't really sneezed either. My sneezes are so weird. It's like
yeah, right? Like, yeah,
It's
it's
like a
like, yeah,
weird-
it comes, it's right there.
and
it's
it
right
doesn't
there,
come
and
out.
And it's like,
Yeah.
that's not a sneeze.
I miss that, and I also miss being like exhausted. Remember when you used to run and just be exhausted, and you could feel like your body like you don't get that no more. Like the sweating
No,
with the
like when I was at the gym earlier, like the only thing that was exhausted was like my muscles. I started getting like tired in here,
Yeah.
but I wasn't exhausted.
right.
Like we were doing cardio and like some other things, and I wasn't sweaty because we don't sweat. You know, it's like I sweat a little bit on my head and very little in my armpits, but we don't sweat, and I don't get exhausted. You know, like people.
No, that's weird
my
about being in the wheelchair because you can get tired, like of doing the exercise you're doing, but you're not panting. It's just your muscles are literally can't do it no more, and you're like, I'm sorry, I can't, I'm done.
yeah,
And you're not
oh, yeah,
breathing.
I
You're like, come
remember-
on. You're like, you're not breathing hard. And you're like, what the? My diaphragm doesn't work
Yeah.
the same.
Yep.
Yeah, nobody.
there's a
They don't
lot.
understand unless you've been trained and they've been there before. Now, let me ask you this
Yeah,
question. This is
so-
one of the most important questions. This is the last question I'll ask you, and we'll wrap it up. Congratulations, also. You definitely the longest Wheelchair Wednesday we've ever had. Almost 2
Thank you.
hours. We're at 1 hour and 52 minutes. Now, trust me, it's okay. I didn't have nothing planned, like I said. Now, the best piece of advice you can possibly give. So, say right now you're talking to that person in that hospital bed. You know what I mean? Like, what would be the best piece of advice that you could give them right now, just so they can take it with them on their journey?
Oh man. You know, one of the things that they told me at Shepherd that I just did not believe. They were like, where you are today is not where you will be long term.
I
Like,
like it.
where you are today is not where you'll be in a year. It's
Mhm.
not where you'll be in 2 years. And I was like, I'm still gonna be paralyzed, which isn't always the case. Like, and not just that, but the science that's coming out, like, we don't know. We just don't know.
Mhm.
But where you find yourself laying in that hospital bed, not being able to turn yourself over, or having to rely on other people to completely invade your space, it's not where you're always going to be. You know, you can still go out and enjoy the world. There are adaptive sports. You can still ski. You can still scuba dive. I mean, like there are places out there that can still get you into different adaptive things. You can
Oh,
still
yeah.
go out and enjoy life. You know, it gives you a completely different perspective. It gives you a different appreciation for life. You know, all of the little things that used to not be so, like they weren't such a big deal. Like I said, giving somebody a standing hug, that becomes something that you miss deeply. But there are ways for you to still get that hug. There are ways for you to still do the things that you enjoy. Get in physical therapy. It is the number one most important thing that I have done for myself is
Mhm.
find a specialized, not just the ones that are like in the hospital. Like I had insurance.
No,
pay
external PTs
for-
are way better than hospital PTs. I'll say that, yeah, because they care more about the process.
Yes. So I am at a gym called the Neuro Recovery Center of Nashville. And oh my gosh, they have been with me since essentially 2 years ago. Like as soon as I got out of Shepherd, I was able to go and start doing work with neuro. It was called Next Step back then. Anyways, and then when I moved to Michigan, I stopped going because I was in Michigan.
Hmm.
But when I moved back home, I picked back up, and my progress was incredible. Like I went from being super wobbly and like all over the place to being able to stand without much assistance. Like they hold my hips and they hold my knees, but my upper body stays solid, which is crazy because this core doesn't always work. Like I don't have good ab muscles, but working out these sides and my back muscles, I got this.
Oh yeah.
Oh my, I think my connection got weird. But anyways, yeah, so where you find yourself today is not where you will be, but you have to push yourself. You have to go to the gym. You have to go to PT. And that was not something that I ever wanted to do. I never went to the gym. I was skinny, I was active, and I was like, a gym? Like,
Yeah, like, I'll just go
no.
do it
Like
myself. Go run on the trail
I
or
was
go to
like,
the beach or
I got a
whatever.
farm.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the
I got a
farm.
farm.
Yeah, the farm. That'll beef you up.
I'll go lift stuff out there. Like I move around all day long. Like a gym?
Hmm.
No. Well, I don't get to be active as much, but that's the thing. Is like you've gotta eat right. You need to do your research.
That's hard to do
Um,
nowadays, but yeah.
oh my gosh, yes. And like the being able to catheterize yourself or having this SP tube, you get sediment and all of that, and people are like, nobody knows. They're like, why do you get sediment? Why is this happening? There's a
Mm.
reason, and I figured it out. It was my calcium intake. I was taking calcium pills because they told me you need that for your bone density. No,
No.
you no, you eat food with calcium in it, and it goes into your body the right way. If you're taking calcium pills, it comes out into your pee, and you get kidney stones. So,
Oh.
yeah. So, there's a lot of things your doctors don't tell you. So do your own research. Use the AI bots or whatever. They've literally saved my life. Like
I hate AI,
I
but I love AI at the same time. It does so many good, but I can see where the bad is starting to come up at, and it's going to be a problem
yeah,
in the near future. And we're going to
there's
be like, son of a bitch, burn it all down. Sorry about my language, but
yes,
again, it's just,
no. It's so true, and you have to cross-reference them as well. You can't just like if you're using Chat GPT, that's awesome, but make sure you run that question through Gemini and another
yeah,
bot.
because
Like
they
I
can be
use,
biased.
they can be biased, they can be flat out wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like like my mom researches all of the supplements and that mushroom, lion's mane mushroom. People don't know this. Lion's mane mushroom, first of all, is incredible for your brain, but you have to take two. There's two different types of lion's mane. There's the fruiting body, so the mushroom itself,
Mm-hmm.
and then the oh my gosh, it's like the mycelium or there's another part that has to be extracted. My mom knows all the science. I'm really
Oh
bad at
man, I
this.
might need to get a hold of your mom because every time I take shrooms, my legs start going crazy and I start seeing Jimmy Elbow in the background playing
Oh my god.
saxophone. I'm just joking.
Oh my gosh. No, everybody keeps asking me. They're like, "Have you tried the trippy shrooms?" I have not.
No, the
I have
penis
not
envy is
tried.
what I tried it, but it's like it's psilocybin is what it is. Shout out Gina
Yes.
Shu. Gina Shu is actually doing a documentary on that right now. She's a friend of mine, I would like to say.
Yeah.
And man, I can't wait to see the whole thing of that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. No, I think that there is probably a huge benefit in all of the mushroom research. I have never tried them myself, but I have talked to people who have,
Right.
and not just with spinal cord injury, but with like, neuro problems as well. And yeah, it's incredible. But in this particular sense, with lion's mane, the mycelium and the way that they extract it, and then like you have to have part of the fruiting body. So I take two different types of like very very specific lion's mane, so that I actually get the benefits of it. But we learned about, it's like I was just taking lion's mane, thinking, oh yeah, this is doing what it's supposed to do. It was not. So it's just doing the deep research is
Right.
vital.
Do your own research
But
for
anyways.
sure. And make sure you do
Yes.
plenty of it.
Yes.
All right, awesome. I'm going to say this. We've done 2 hours right now. That is amazing that we've stuck around this long and that your connection didn't cut out. At one point, it was scary. I thought you were gone. I was going to have to do a part 2.
Oh,
but
yeah.
we was able to do it. But listen, obviously, there's a lot more to talk about, so we'll keep you on the list to come back to and talk to. So, yeah,
Sounds
we
good.
appreciate you for sure coming through, guys. Let's give a round of applause. Hanging out, Charlie. So hang with me, Charlie. In a minute, we're going to go ahead. We'll talk to you after this, but where can people find you at?
So I have the Instagram, which is, just think it's Charli Lillian.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got my TikTok, which is, it's at the Charli Lillian, and that's CHARLI. So it's not, there's no E.
No E's.
There's no numbers after it. No, and there are scam bots that have decided to duplicate my account.
I seen you were posting
is-
that. Yeah.
Like crazy. Who does that?
Well,
I mean,
I can tell you who does that, but well, that's a whole nother podcast.
yeah. So no, they're sending out GoFundMe links. Like,
Yeah, don't
on
do
me.
that.
Mine's on my profile.
Mm-hmm.
It's there.
And
My
we're going to make
profile is
sure we
very
put the
obvious.
real GoFundMe down below. So if you guys want to help Charlie out, it's going to be on here, the real one, coming straight from her mouth. And we'll go ahead and tag all your real stuff below, too. Once I get with you,
Yes.
we'll make sure all your Instagram, Facebook, everything else is like in one neat thing.
Right.
So, yeah, definitely go follow Charlie. And then, once we get back together, we'll learn more about it. But until then... stick with me and everybody else. We'll see you next time here on Wheelchair Wednesday. See ya.
Yeah.
Peace.
Alrighty. Bye.